Welcome back. You're watching Financial Planner. My name is Smriti Rao. I'm in conversation with certified financial planner Karthik Javeri, who has some ideas on how you should be going about buying your dream home, or maybe if you already have your dream home, your next couple of properties. Before going into the break, we were talking about a couple of things that advertisers say to try and lure in new buyers or innocent buyers, if one may say that. And we're saying, look, you have to beware about all of these ploys that advertisers may go through. One of them is putting out ads that say, book now, get free gifts.
You know, I want to answer this slightly differently. Look at some of the listed companies of real estate that we have in our Indian stock market. Typically, everybody is doing a net profit margin of about 25 to 30%. Okay, which means they're earning very well. And that is what is declared. We don't know what is not declared or what is the cash component. So which means all real estate companies are in sense of income versus expenses, and the profit that they are making on books is very good. Therefore, all these motivators should not really motivate. They are not in a desperate need to sell. Understand that.
Yeah.
They are trying to sell every subsequent property at a higher price, giving you an illusion that the price is rising. It may not really rise. Like I said a while ago, you will not get the price that you're buying it at. I mean, you'll have to wait for a long time. So don't fall for such things. When you look at a property as a piece of gold that you're buying. And is it really going to turn out like a gold mine for you after many years? You know, I understand that you may not have a lot of money to maybe buy a property in a Connaught Place or maybe an Nariman Point. But the thing is, at some point of time, it is better to buy one property in such a place rather than buy 5 properties in your life at various places and smaller places, and look at the hill and the valley and the mountain, etc.
Right. Okay. And what about this ad? When advertisers start to say something like, or rather, let's look at this scenario where you, as a person who's looking to buy a property, you pay the booking amount to the developer, but the lending institution then refuses to approve the loan. What do you do?
Oh, basically, what you must do in this case is, even before you make a single payment to the developer, okay, and especially if you're going to borrow money to buy the property, you need to get an in-principle approval first.
Right.
Okay. Not only that, if possible, get a sanction letter as well. So what you want to pay is just the booking amount. You know, the booking amount might be 25,000, 50,000 rupees. It might not be such a significant amount. And this is more true for under construction properties or properties that are just launched or a project that has just been launched. So if it's a reputed name and a reputed developer who has a lot of projects, quite likely that most housing finance institutions will approve them.
Right.
They might take some time, but they will approve it surely. So they will give you even an in-principle sanction letter saying this property is subject to legal and technical clearances, but otherwise we will fund you. And the builder obviously cannot demand if you are going to take loan funding.
Right, right.
Because he will only take the amount of money that you are supposed to pay, which is your contribution. Any further monies he wants, he has to clarify and give all the legal documentations, get everything in order with the housing finance company, and only then the company will give him the disbursement. And this is also a very interesting thing. Even if you have the money, I believe that home loan is a good loan. So even if it's a small amount of loan, and even if you don't need a loan, just go and take a loan anyways. Because what happens is, instead of you hiring lawyers and getting property title clearances and all of that done, these guys are experts, they are professionals, they do it day in, day out.
Right.
So even if you have to pay a little bit extra in terms of, you know, those loan documents that you will stamp and things like that, it's still a very good idea to get an institution roped in, because at least you will be sure that your title coming to you is 100% clear and there's no problem of any sort which will even crop up later.
That's a great point, Karthik. And you were also talking about the different ways to buy properties these days, and you said a bank auction is a great idea.
Yeah, you know, see what happens is typically when a lot of people, you know, out of greed or circumstances, whichever way, if they are not able to do a servicing of a loan, automatically that property comes up for auction. If after a certain period, I mean, of course, there is notices and all that the borrower gets, but at some point of time, then the bank decides that, okay, now I must auction this property.
Right.
Now, what happens in a lot of these auction properties, number one, is the entire cash component is eliminated.
Okay.
Because the auction done by the bank will be done at the official ruling rate.
Sure.
So therefore, quite chances are high that you might get a property which is maybe at a 10%, 20% discount than what you would have otherwise paid for. So that's one very big advantage. The other significant advantage is you don't have to do any, you know, legal hassles, or you can be completely worry-free about legal, you know, legalities of the property and the, technical.
Because the bank's done all the groundwork.
Because the bank's done all the groundwork. They have the valuation report. They have their lawyers who are involved, and it's the bank who is effectively selling it to you, which is why you can be very, very sure.
How
Again,
does one find out about these auctions then?
there are websites that do this thing. There are newspapers that advertise this from time to time. So you just need to have an eye open for some of these websites and some of these advertisements that keep coming from time to time. If you have even friends and colleagues and relatives working into some banking circle, they will be able to help. Every bank, especially PSU banks, have a department called the Stressed Assets Group, or the property collateral, I mean whatever they call it by different names, but basically it is a group that's looking at mortgage properties which have to be auctioned because the borrower has failed to pay or is not in a condition to pay. So you might actually land yourself into an interesting deal.
That's another idea over there. You'll save some money, like you said. You might actually get a property that's 10 to 20%.
Because the bank will not take cash.
Absolutely. So, well, Karthik has some great ideas over there on how you can find your dream home and then fund your dream home. I want to thank Karthik for taking time out and to talk to us about all of these great ideas. For everyone watching at home, we hope you enjoyed the show. You can write in to us with your feedback. Email us at financialplanner@utvmoney.com. Remember, we'll be back again tomorrow at the same time. We'll be talking about a couple of other ideas on how